Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Legion Stadium in Wilmington, North Carolina. I'm Ray Stone, and we're here live broadcasting on YouTube for tonight's USL Pro Soccer match between the home Wilmington Hammerheads and the visiting Charlotte Eagles. Sunny skies and temperatures in the 60s should give us perfect weather for tonight's game between two of the most successful USL soccer clubs. The Hammerheads come into tonight's game with a record of 1 win, 0 losses, and 1 tie, most recently having beaten Pittsburgh 4-3 on the road 2 Saturdays ago. Charlotte also had a bye this past week in USL play, last game being against the Richmond Kickers on the road, in which they got their first win of the season, defeating Richmond 2-1. I'd like to introduce my partner in the booth, former general manager of the Wilmington Hammerheads, Chris Liebert. Chris, thanks for joining me.
Good evening. How are you this evening?
Doing well, thank you. We should have a great matchup tonight. Two of the more storied programs, Charlotte having 2 league titles in their history, Wilmington Hammerheads, I believe, with 1 as well. But momentarily, let's go to a commercial break. You're listening to and watching to Wilmington Hammerheads Soccer on YouTube. And we're back at Legion Stadium here in Wilmington, North Carolina. The players should be coming onto the field in just a moment. Hope you're enjoying the Wilmington Hammerheads cheerleaders out at midfield, entertaining the crowds. Looks like we've got a good crowd here tonight at Legion Stadium. Always been well supported in Wilmington by the local residents and fans. Chris, I know being a in-state rivalry, the USL has really grown, having 5 teams west of the Mississippi now, but this game has to mean a little bit more, being between kind of old in-state rivals.
Well, certainly, Ray, these teams here at Legion Stadium and also up in Charlotte have battled for many years. Both Coach Irvin and Coach Steffens have been veterans of the league. I was able to speak with both of them this evening, and just the crowd knows these teams as far as emblems are concerned. Each year it certainly is a different task to learn the players because there's players ins and out, but just that Wilmington versus Charlotte, it's going to be a great match. It's a wonderful evening. These fans are happy to be early in this season, and it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, both coaches, members of the USL Hall of Fame, so should get a good lesson in tactical soccer. It looks like the players will be coming out here momentarily through the human tunnel tradition here at Legion Stadium, introducing the home squad. To tell you a little bit about a couple of players to keep your eye on from Charlotte. Charlotte, Jorge Herrera, who I believe will be starting tonight's game on the bench, but look for a substitution at some point in the game. He's the team's leading scorer and had the game winner 2 weeks ago against the Richmond Kickers. For the Wilmington Hammerheads, keep an eye out for Sammy Ochoa. In their first home game, he was out, I believe some sort of issue with his work visa, but he came back in top form against Pittsburgh in their last league match, scoring 2 goals and having 1 assist, and earning USL Player of the Week honors for that performance. So keep an eye out for those guys, and we'll send you down now for the introduction of the Wilmington Hammerheads and the national anthem. We're about 2 minutes away from kickoff here at Legion Stadium. Thanks for joining us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's matchup between the Charlotte Eagles and your 2014 Wilmington Hammerheads.
Is just going to help you once we find out the directions to who the ball goes to and who does what. Is it legible enough? How much time we got now? Said it. I've said Jositis, but Jositis is what they're going with today.
Okay, center referee Matthew Jazadis doing the coin toss, see which direction we're headed. It was a beautiful national anthem. We're just moments away from kickoff. Chris, could you give us a brief rundown of the home team Hammerheads and visiting Charlotte Eagles starting lineup?
Right, for Charlotte in goal tonight, Brock Duckworth actually was here with the Wilmington Hammerheads at one time, so be interested to see him. His 4 backs, number 5, Ben Newman, Matt Gold, J.J. Greer, and number 20 jersey, Jonathan Leathers. In the midfield, number 2, Fred Sekiri, and 18, Darren Toby. Up front is David Gino, Wells Thompson, and the number 7 jersey, Zach Boggs. And up front, also for Charlotte, is number 17, Tyrone Hall. For David Irving and his Hammerheads, in goal is Robert Quillen, and his 4 backs, Yahya Musa, number 3, number 4, Ashani Faircloth, Christian Davidson, a local product from the University of UNC Wilmington, number 19, Andre Campbell, his midfield consisting of Paul Nicholson, veteran Tom Parrott, he is wearing the captain's band tonight, number 15, Daniel Lovitz, and out on the right side in the midfield, Stephen Miller, and up top for the Wilmington Hammerheads, number 7, Manu Aparicio, and the all dangerous Sam Ochoa.
Thank you for that, Chris. And so the 19-year-old youngster, Quillen Roberts, in goal. That's been a bit of a story here early on. Had a great performance in his first home game a couple weeks ago. Chris, what would be some of the keys here going into tonight's game for both sides, and what do you think would be some of the deciding factors that folks at home should look for?
Well, I think it'll take a little time for both of these teams to get used to each other again. Charlotte playing last night. There are 7 new players on the field, so I don't believe that the legs will come into play for that. They did travel last night. They were here today. Hammerheads are at home. They always get excited, but it's a new team. David Irvin said this group's only been together for 5 or 6 weeks in entirety, but a lot of the guys have come in during that time, so it's going to take a lot getting used to each other, feeling each other out tonight.
So both of these teams experimenting with being associated with teams in the MLS, the Hammerheads with Toronto and Charlotte with Chicago. You had just mentioned earlier that Charlotte played Chicago's reserves last night, so it should be interesting to see if there are some tired legs out there with a game last night and travel down here today. We're underway. Port City Firm on the far side making their presence known. One of the mainstays here at Legion Stadium at Wilmington Hammerhead games.
Ray, absolutely beautiful conditions tonight. There's a little wind blowing across from what our viewers can see on their TV screen from right to left. It is in the favor of Charlotte tonight, but an artificial turf, it should play pretty true. But an absolute lovely evening for these players as far as temperature-wise and conditions.
Yeah, certainly just that bit of wind should be the only thing weather-wise that might affect the game at all. Ball knocked out of bounds on the far side. Wilmington Hammerheads throw. Played up front. There's your first look at Ochoa. Played into the middle to captain Tom Parrott. Played all the way back to the youngster out of Jamaica, Quillen Roberts. Hammerheads putting a little pressure on. Number 4 is Shawnee Faircloth taking control, played up. No problem there for the Charlotte goalkeeper. Some good movement from Charlotte. Always a little bit of an adjustment period early on in games. Each team just kind of feeling each other out. Each player getting a couple touches on the ball, letting get rid of the butterflies and such.
As we said earlier, Ray, this surface here, this artificial turf, plays pretty true. There are some bumpy spots as the years have gone on that used to be an absolute beautiful real turf on here, actually genuine grass, but the stadium commission here has changed it to turf, but as I said, it should be getting some true play for these players. Heat's not a condition tonight that they should worry about, but there are some bumpy spots still here on this turf this evening.
Long ball played down the right sideline from the Eagles, out of bounds for Hammerheads throw, deep in their own end. Fairly even thus far. You still have the small lineup sheets.
She was going to bring them in. We'll need them when substitutes come about.
Offside call there on the Eagles. Hammerheads free kick. Played outside. Number 3, Yahya Musa. Up to number 12, Stephen Miller. Good possession here from the Hammerheads. Dangerous spot here. Dispossessed momentarily, but back on the ball. Number 8, Paul Nicholson. Knocked out wide to Yahya Musa. Into the box. Dangerous opportunity, played across, and it knocked out of bounds for Hammerhead's corner. So the first real dangerous opportunity of the game. But Hammerhead's still threatening. Corner kick on the far side. Looks like that'll be Manu Aparicio going over there to take this corner. Played near post, headed away from the Eagles, be another corner. This one going far post. Oh, the header just wide. Number 8, Paul Nicholson, it looked like got onto the end of that Aparicio corner. Just wide, so out for a Charlotte goal kick.
Referee there made a good decision. Paul Nicholson, our center midfielder for the Hammerheads, felt that he was brought down a little bit, but certainly in this early mix of the game, that was the right decision there to let that one go.
And don't you feel, Chris, also, you know, contact in the box has to be a bit more severe than somewhere elsewhere on the pitch to get a call.
Well, certainly, if you also look back at that corner kick, not only is this field a little narrower than most of the fields in the league, but Charlotte had all 11 players in the box. The Hammerheads had 2 players out about and the goalkeeper, but all 11 players for Charlotte, and with the addition of the players for Wilmington attacking, it makes it awfully tight and a lot of grabbing in there. But again, it's a good decision by the referee there not to make a decision there.
Bit too much contact there from Nicholson, called for a foul. Charlotte free kick. Oh, good ball down the right wing. Goes out for a corner. Andre Campbell thought he might have gotten a goal kick for the Hammerheads there, but the lines judge disagrees.
As we were talking about the width of the field, usually that hash mark that's just outside, and that's usually 11 yards away from that corner, is outside the box. But as you can see it here at Legion Stadium, it's inside, so that means on both sides it's pretty narrow, Ray.
Near post corner from Charlotte's Wells Thompson, headed away by Paul Nicholson. Charlotte throw on the far sideline, still threatening.
And again, talking about the width, these throw-ins very dangerous here at Legion, so we'll see a lot of throw-ins that are into the mix.
That's a good point, and as you said, all the way to the near post, but Wilmington goalkeeper Quillen Roberts able to corral that. Ball played up the line, but unable to maintain possession. Shawnee Faircloth playing it around the back. Number 6, Christian Davidson. Good ball movement here from the Hammerheads. Oh, nice one-touch play in the midfield. A couple of nice step-overs. Cross knocked down, and Charlotte regains possession. Oh, dispossessed. Yahya Musa with a careless ball. Charlotte on the attack. Oh, nice tackle there. From distance. Well wide and over the top.
Yeah, certainly in any sport, especially here in soccer, deep in your own territory, when you have a turnover, it certainly drives the goalkeeper and the coach crazy because it's usually coming right back down your throat, Ray.
Yeah, that was careless there from Musa. High floating goal kick. I think you could get your first taste of the wind there, seeing the ball just hang up in the air.
Just on the other side of that scoreboard, I don't know if viewers can see it in the fans, but that wind has picked up a little bit, so certainly in the back of the Charlotte Eagles. So you're right in saying that goal kick got hung up. It could be a little bit in the favor of this Charlotte Eagle team in the first half. A foul called. Fans here in disagreement with that call, but to be on number 12, Stephen Miller. So Charlotte will have a dangerous free kick from just outside the top of the box. 25 yards out from goal. Looks like got number 9, Wells Thompson over the ball, along with number 2, Fred Securi. And it is Thompson just over the top. Good effort, but never really threatening Quillen Roberts in goal. Goal kick headed down. Charlotte once again in possession. Tom Parrott maintaining possession for the Hammerheads, out wide to Stephen Miller. Both teams, Ray, have done a decent job of utilizing their midfield and building a little bit. These two teams tend to, in the past, knock a little bit of a long ball. It's good to see that they've settled things down and trying to keep possession and work things around this evening.
Yeah, you think that might also have a little bit to do with the wind too, you know, keep the ball on the ground and have a little more control over it.
A lot of missed clearances tonight. This turf does put a little extra spin on the ball. We've been down here several times watching the players warm up and certainly games here, and it's just either a little step faster or a little bit of a spin, and it's quite evident in a few of these clearances by the Charlotte Eagles.
Yeah, that would be a little bit of an adjustment. I know they don't play on the artificial turf every day, so that may be something that the Hammerheads can take advantage of as the Charlotte Eagles adjust.
Well, it's so common these days to be on an artificial turf, but they are so different. Some tend to be a little bit longer than the others. Some tend to be a little bit deeper, depending on what's underneath them. I do know that Charlotte at some time does play on turf, but again, each field is different. So
Cross cleared away by Shawnee Faircloth. Stephen Miller from the Hammerheads battling there, but it'll go out of bounds for a Charlotte corner. After an early chance on a corner from the Hammerheads, Charlotte's been dictating play here the last few minutes. Corner cleared away momentarily by the Hammerheads. Oh, nice long ball, far side of the field. Just unable to corral it, but it will go out of bounds for another Charlotte corner. That was David Gino on the far side for the Eagles threatening.
Certainly was in behind the defense there. He almost was surprised that he was that deep. He didn't know what to do. He was looking at an angle if he didn't have a shot, and there wasn't any other Charlotte player to help him there, so it confused him a little bit. And
Andre Campbell did a nice job cutting down the angle there and forcing him out of bounds. I believe handball was a call there in the box. It'll be a Hammerhead free kick. That'll end this particular threat from the Eagles. Ball finally brought down, knocked out wide. Campbell from the Hammerheads chasing, nice back heel. In the box, left-footed shot knocked down. And the Hammerheads on the counter. Played up to Ochoa. Nice 1-2 there. Can he maintain possession?
A lot of grabbing going on, but the referee's done a great job to let them play this evening. Fouls are pretty even, both 2 apiece on major fouls. One offsides call, taking that to the advantage of set piece for Charlotte. But as far as fouls concerned, Ray, Joe Zaitis has done a great job of letting them play, but certainly a lot of tugging going on. He does have to keep control of that, and just in case later on in the match that gets away from him.
Yeah, you might expect that. Two teams that are really familiar with one another in the same state. Really important game earlier on in the year for both teams, trying to get off to good starts in their 2014 USL campaign. A careless ball from Aparicio there goes out of bounds for Charlotte throw.
Aparicio really playing deep there, coming back off of the forward line where he's been running up with Sam Ochoa, so deep in the defense there. David Irving on the far side certainly not happy with that turnover from one of your forwards. You wonder if he was wanting him to be back there in the first place, let alone turning the ball over. So something to watch with his positioning.
Long throw into the near post, flicked on. Just over the top of the bar, and it'll be out of bounds for a Charlotte corner kick. So Charlotte once again threatening. Entering the 20th minute here from Legion Stadium, Wilmington, North Carolina. Still 0-0, Charlotte Eagles and Wilmington Hammerheads. USL Pro Soccer. Corner going all the way to the far post. Headed away. That'll be a Charlotte throw here on the near side. And out of bounds for a goal kick.
Charlotte certainly having the advantage of set pieces in this match, not only but corner kicks and those throw-ins that we had talked about, Ray, in the closer in within the 30 yards and being able to throw the ball across. Certainly have had more opportunities to put the ball in a dangerous situation.
Andre Campbell for the Hammerheads, winning possession, taking it up the far sideline, but out of bounds for a Charlotte throw. There's Wells Thompson in the midfield. Nice ball out wide, but quick throw. Ochoa pressuring the ball, but knocks it out for another Charlotte throw. Ball knocked around the back. Charlotte Eagles. Really been dominating possession here in the last several minutes. There's a long ball up the far sideline. Nice touch from David Gino bringing it down. Oh, and a great move there into the box. Oh, and a nice save. Nice save by Quillen Roberts.
Very dangerous situation there. Goalkeeper does a good job of not coming off of his line too much. Great move to get into position there for the Charlotte Eagles. And again, once again, another corner kick. Dangerous opportunity.
That ball had curled over the top of the end line. And draw an imaginary line up. And if it crosses that plane, the whole ball, it would be out of bounds, even if it doesn't touch the ground there. nice ball in. There's Aparicio playing it across. Oh, almost an own goal there.
That ball hit Ben Newman, and Brock Duckworth, the goalkeeper, was lucky that he was going the other way. Another probably foot, and that's your first goal and an own goal of the evening. So Charlotte certainly very, very lucky to avoid a catastrophe there.
Left-footed in-swinging corner to the far post. Minute, right? I'll give you I'll just say like 10 seconds. Ball out of bounds for a Charlotte goal kick. Musa plays it out wide. Shawnee Faircloth finally able to bring it down for the Hammerheads. Played back to Yahya Musa. Christian Davidson playing it long, looking for Ochoa. I'd like to remind you all out there that for scores, stats, news, and more, go exclusively to uslprosoccer.com. Fans here at Legion Stadium a little unhappy with the delay here in another Charlotte throw. Aparicio able to win that. Up top to Ochoa. Nice ball out wide. Here comes Dan Lovitz. Cuts it inside. Has a left-footed shot to the far post, but easily handled by Brock Duckworth. Hammerhead showing a little signs of life here, Chris. That's a good sign to see.
Yeah, it said, up until now, Ochoa really had not gotten a touch on the ball. He was certainly involved in that one. Once again, these teams just still, both teams have had opportunities, still just trying to find each other out and see where we are to get the first one in the back of the net.
Hammerhead's home fans still starving for a goal, and their home opener a few weeks ago ended in a 0-0 tie.
Having our first little talking to Tom Parrott, the captain of this evening, getting a little word from the center referee. So, again, just watching a little bit on some of his decisions. He was letting them play early. Now you really can't make a decision on same things you were letting go earlier and start calling them. So that's why the fans, don't know if you can hear in the broadcast, but certainly unruly on the field.
Nice opportunity for a counter here. It's Aparicio streaking down the left sideline, but no numbers here, but nicely done. Played back. We've got Lovitz going down the right sideline now. Can he get a cross in? And it'll go out for a goal kick.
I thought that was certainly a wrong decision there. Looked as if it had come off of either J.J. Greer or Matt Gold as one of the last offenders for Charlotte. So feel, again, we're a good 60 yards away and up from that. But, Ray, I felt Hammerheads deserved a corner kick in that situation.
Yeah, Interesting decision there from Lovitz, deciding to take the defender on one-on-one and head toward that near post as opposed to playing one into the middle. But, yeah, I agree. It did appear to be a corner.
Nonetheless, the crowd getting in it a little bit with the referee's decision and the action. So it's good to see as soccer fans here at Legion Stadium. Again, faithfuls for these Hammerheads that have been here quite some time and seeing rivals against the Charlotte Eagle team.
Action definitely starting to pick up a little bit here, approaching 30 minutes into this first half from Legion Stadium.
A little bit more pace and a little emotion, and a lot of it has to do, again, with the crowd that's almost filled up this whole side. Television viewers, I know that you only see a half of a stand on that far side. The home side here, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it does go the length, almost the length of the field, so it is certainly a good-sized crowd, just not evident when from the camera view over here, Ray.
Yeah, the Hammerheads have always had a great following here locally in Wilmington. Typically upwards 3,000 fans in attendance for their home games. We'll get you an exact number later in the broadcast of how many are here tonight. Long ball to Ochoa, unable to maintain possession there, and it goes into the hands of Charlotte goalkeeper Brock Duckworth.
Yeah, I feel the Hammerheads have not done a good job of utilizing Ochoa. They're running him to death. They're not playing him the best balls into channels or to his feet. They're sort of just lumping him in there and letting him go to work, and that doesn't serve well for a forward for the full 90 minutes.
Zach Boggs for Charlotte, unable to keep that in, so Yahya Musa will have a throw for the Hammerheads here on the near side. Thrown into Captain Tom Parrott. And they'll play it around the back.
Parrott, one of 3 players only from last year's team. I was talking with David Irving earlier this evening before they took the field, and he said, man, it's just part of the USL, the teams change, but really only 3 Hammerheads from last year's squad, Parrott being one of them.
A long ball, well defended by Faircloth. Looking far side, but Andre Campbell there defending. There's Ochoa coming back to win possession. And they'll play it out of bounds. The Charlotte player is down. It's number 2, Fred Sakiri, that's down on the play. So the Hammerheads knocked it out. And
didn't seem to be any type of foul or a situation. It looked as if just Shaqiri took a little bad turn, his foot getting caught in the turf. Happens so often here and on turf, but don't really like how the fans react in here. I did see a little bit how he bent you know, with the turf there. I think the fans were thinking that the Hammerheads were in attack, which they actually weren't at that point. I really did think he took a little bit of a twist again on this turf.
Yeah, looks to be in some pain. You see a little action over there on the Charlotte bench, but
we'll see how he does if he miraculously, he's hobbling pretty good on that far side right in front of and I'm sure the firm has given him an earful. But
and he's able to come back on simultaneously. A long ball once again looking for Ochoa, but corralled by Duckworth. Nice flick with the outside of the foot, and it looks like there'll be a foul call here on Shawnee Faircloth. Battling there with Tyrone Hall. Long ball played far side of the field. David Gino there for Charlotte. Dispossessed, and Andre Campbell plays it long once again up top to Sammy Ochoa. But So leaving him kind of on an island up top. You know, there's really no help when he comes back to win those balls.
Charlotte, on the other hand, have 2 and 3 guys spread wide on the front line. It does seem to sometimes prove to be a little bit more successful there. Again, if you're not playing Ochoa the right balls.
And here's a nice counterattack from the Hammerheads. Lovett's breaking down the right sideline. He's got Ochoa in the far post. See if he can find him. And back to Lovett's here near side. Going back out wide. There's Yahya Musa in. Aparicio couldn't connect with the diving header. It'll go out for a Charlotte throw.
I was just about ready to say one of the dangers of playing that many players high. It does do a good thing, but you're vulnerable to the attack on the counter attack, and we saw that there with Levitz being able to run at the Hammerheads again. It only just seemed that 1 or 2 players for the Hammerheads, but it is dangerous when you have that counter attack.
Another long ball played in, perhaps carried a little by the wind, and Quillen Roberts for the Hammerheads able to come up with that. Here we are, 35th minute, 10 minutes remaining. First half here. Chris, what are your initial impressions of the way that things have gone thus far?
Well, it hasn't been exactly the textbook possession and attack of soccer, and a little bit of a mix of the long ball and turnovers, but it's been exciting for the fans thus far. I think they would certainly love to see a Hammerhead goal. Felt both teams have had 1 or 2 opportunities that could have been scoring chances.
And there's Ochoa once again winning possession, knocking it back. Oh, great touch there. I don't know if that was who that pass was intended to, but it was well done by Aparicio bringing that down. Oh, nice flick, looking for Ochoa, but a lot of players coming back into the box for Charlotte, able to knock that away.
But a typical match between these Hammerheads and Charlotte Eagles. It's usually deadlocked and usually the capitalization of a first mistake, but these games are usually pretty close with these two.
Long ball into Ochoa, and he flicks it, just over the top. What a great ball in. Big man Sammy Ochoa able to get onto the end of it and just knocked it over the top of the bar. It was a great idea, though. Had the keeper beaten, just over the top of the bar, however.
Great looking service from this right-sided midi, number 15 for the Hammerheads, Daniel Levitz. Again, we saw him on the counterattack a few minutes ago, and that one a little bit more composed to where he stopped, let the run of play get ahead, and chipped a nice ball in, or drove a nice ball in, I should say, to Ochoa, the forward.
Aparicio unable to control it. Charlotte back in possession. Referee Jazaitis calling another foul there. Far sideline.
Probably could have another talking to. I don't know if we're going to have our first, probably on the borderline of having our first yellow card caution of the evening at some point here, Ray, but just as looks as if it's a talking to by Josaitis, calms the guys down. Eagles get to play, and the Eagles get to play, and then off we go again until tends to get out of hand a little bit more.
That was number 17, Tyrone Hall, who went down for the Eagles. He looks to be fine, though. Setting up at the top of the box for this service. Yahya Musa able to get onto that and clear it away. Back to number 18, Darren Toby. pressured from Nicholson. Nice ball, nice touch from Aparicio, but dispossessed.
I was talking with one of the assistants of Charlotte earlier this evening, and they said that they certainly wanted to pick up points here this evening, Ray, because they're about ready to go on a road trip. And when I say road trip, I mean all the way across the country. They're going to be taking on Arizona, LA Galaxy, and Orange County, so all the way across the country. So they're desperately trying to get some points here this evening before that long road trip.
Ball knocked down by Faircloth, but and once again able to finish his previous clearance. And Yahya Musa comes sliding in, knocking it out of bounds, but quick throw there from Wells Thompson. He's back on the ball at top of the box. It looks like they're going to get Aparicio for a shoulder charge there just outside the top of the box. So another dangerous set piece here, opportunity for Charlotte. While we have a momentary break in the action, for all you social media fiends out there, be sure to visit the USL Pro fan page at facebook.com/USL Pro for more updates. Looks like once again we've got number 9, Wells Thompson over the ball. Number 2, Fred Sakiri. Two step overs, and it is Wells Thompson this time over the top.
Exact same copy of what was run before. I mean, certainly Quillen Roberts not fooled by anything. Ball's not as dangerous. I mean, it's a great set piece, but certainly not anything to see second time around. I think what the Hammerheads were arguing there is that Charlotte is going down a little bit with ease, a little ticky-tacky on their reaction to fouls or contacts, and as of this point right now, Joe Zaitis, our center referee, has been awarding Charlotte a little bit more of the fouls, really up in the range of 6, 7, 8 to only 2 or 3. So that's why they had a little bit of extra talking to there to find out what's going on and try to get on the side of bringing this back to equal as far as refereeing is concerned.
Well, he must have heard you there. Foul called on Charlotte. Around 4 minutes left in the first half. Can one of these two teams sneak in the go-ahead goal here before the break? Long ball from Faircloth down the left side. Andre Campbell lets it go out. That'll be a Hammerheads throw deep in Charlotte's end. Where once again, where that narrow field will come into play, we get one of these long throws that can get all the way into the box.
Soccer fans and soccer players of all ages certainly know by watching these last 5 minutes prior to the halftime are very dangerous of situations.
There was Paul Nicholson, number 8 there for the Hammerheads with the shot, but it was deflected out of bounds, and this will be a corner kick for the Hammerheads. Number 15, Daniel Lovitz will come over here to swing one in with his left foot. Corner all the way to the back post. Headed up in the air. Nicholson knocks it down. And out of bounds, what appears to be a Hammerhead throw.
You know, and that situation there. I certainly feel that's the same call that the Charlotte Eagles have been getting this evening, same kind of contact, but certainly the ball out of bounds for a throw-in, not as dangerous as a free kick, but that's one of those ones that I feel that.
Long throw into the box.
Certainly feel ones that Wilmington should have been rewarded with.
Thrown into the box once again. Appears to be going out of bounds for a goal kick. So just a couple of minutes left here in the first half. Still 0-0. Charlotte Eagles visiting the Wilmington Hammerheads here at Legion Stadium.
No stoppage in play except for one or two injuries. This is always a fun part of the game, Ray, to determine how much extra time. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say 2 extra minutes this evening, going to be held up by the 4th official. What do you think after watching the same thing I've been watching?
Well, that's a good estimate, I'd say.
Have I taken your guess right off the bat?
Just for the sake of argument, let's just say 1 minute. I think that was only one real delay there when Fred Securi went down, but yeah, you're right. There shouldn't be too much time added on here.
Jositis has gone the other way here.
It was Andre Campbell that had gone down, but it appears they have called the foul on Campbell.
Yeah, Jositis is saying that Campbell had come in studs up and had certainly taken the brunt of the hit, but his leg and cleats were up on that tackle, justifying a call here. So
looks like Campbell might get a bit of brief medical attention, but he's up.
Little late stoppage might edge the bets a little bit more.
Looks like it might be going over.
I haven't seen the 4th official yet put up the digiboard on that far side. Irving, head coach David Irving up over the bench. He's
giving that 4th official an earful, isn't he?
And Jositis has taken the easy way out. I didn't see, but didn't even go a minute on that far side, so you win on that time frame, my friend.
Well, here we are, halftime here at Legion Stadium, still 0-0 between Wilmington Hammerheads and Charlotte Eagles. We're going to go to a quick commercial break here from our sponsors, Tour Boy Sports. You're watching the Wilmington Hammerheads soccer on YouTube. Here we are, halftime at Legion Stadium. Score tied 0-0 between the Hammerheads and visiting Charlotte Eagles. I'd like to remind you of a couple of things, fans. Don't forget that you can still sign up for the 2014 series of Wilmington Hammerheads youth soccer camps all summer long. The soccer camp is a great opportunity for boys and girls to develop their overall playing ability and their love of the sport. Campers will receive unparalleled coaching and instruction from the Hammerheads players, coaches, and staff in an enjoyable, friendly environment. Learn more about the camps and how to sign up by logging on to their website at www.wilmingtonhammerheads.com. Also, to get a couple of legalities out of the way, this broadcast of this match is authorized by the Wilmington Hammerheads. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of any image, sound, account, or description without the express written permission of the club is strictly prohibited. Tonight's match was produced for the Hammerheads by Turbo Sports Group, the official video production company of the Hammerheads. Well, I'm Ray Stone, joined by Chris Liebert on today's broadcast, and I'd like to remind you also, don't miss our next broadcast as the Hammerheads play host to the Rochester Rhinos on Saturday, May 3rd at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Watch it live right here on the official Wilmington Hammerheads YouTube channel. Coming up next, we'll get you caught up from a lot of the action from the first half, as well as prepare you what you might see in the second half. We're going to a quick break. You're watching Wilmington Hammerheads Soccer on YouTube. where the hell is my man Cody Arnott? I'd say about 65th minute, I'd say Cody comes in.
But you feeling feel pretty good? You having fun? Yeah. But what I was saying earlier is, again, I don't look to talk. Some guys you'll see that some guys look to talk too much. They want to be heard, they want to be whatever. I don't, and it's evident when I didn't interrupt you, you didn't interrupt me. Other than one or two times, I'm better than that. I don't talk when I know that there's dangerous situations, so you don't have to interrupt me. Because sometimes when you're doing play-by-play and the other guy's talking, you're like, I'm not ready to say there's going to be a goal. So, it's a good mix of me interjecting stuff and then a great mix of, the questions that you've asked.
Welcome back to Legion Stadium, Wilmington, North Carolina. Halftime just about over. Chris, tell me a few things you might see adjustment-wise from both of these Hall of Fame coaches.
Well, I think both teams have come into the locker room feeling that they had a chance or two that they should have capitalized on. Again, these two coaches have gone at each other for several years. Now certainly up in the 15, 16, 17-year range. I don't know of any substitutions. One of the players that we were looking at earlier, number 2, Fred Shaqiri, he was on the floor for an injury. We'll certainly see if there's been any substitutions made. I would imagine we'll start to see things in 65 range. Knowing that Charlotte played last night, both teams have had opportunities. I felt that they know what they're doing now at this point. We should see a goal or two this second half.
Yeah, see if the Hammerheads could take advantage of playing with the wind this half. I don't know if that had a lot to do with the noticeable amount of possession that Charlotte had over the Hammerheads in the first half, but it will be interesting to see if they can take advantage of that here in the second. We'll see if David Irving has any substitutions at some point up his sleeve, try to get this home crowd here at Legion Stadium their first goal of the season in person. Hammerheads, the floodgates opened in Pittsburgh, scoring 4 against the Riverhounds, but have not scored a goal here at home yet this season.
Unfortunately, I do believe that wind has subsided. It seems that flag is standing still. There is a little bit of an evidence, and we are underway here.
All right, second half underway. Hammerheads with possession, long ball down the right. Paul Nicholson. There's a Shawnee Faircloth bringing it down. Charlotte in possession now. That is Shaqiri. Going to be out of bounds for a Charlotte throw, far sideline.
One thing of interest here is that Daniel Levitz was running here on this near side, if I remember, so he's here again. So that means he's taken off from the right side and moved over to this left side here. So we'll get another good look at Daniel Levitz.
Yes, he does have a nice left foot. So when he was on the right side, he would cut it inside to that left foot, kind of like an Ian Robin for Bayern Munich. But now they've switched him over to the left, maybe his more natural side.
I think the Hammerheads need to do a better job, Ray, of finding the feet of Sam Ochoa.
Yeah, he's their most dangerous player up top. Got to get him more involved somehow. Here's Hammerheads taking possession. They've got some numbers. There's Ochoa in the middle. Plays it back. There's Captain Tom Parrott. Long ball up the right. Back to the middle for Paul Nicholson. Long shot from Andre Campbell goes just wide. Never seemed to trouble Brock Duckworth at all, however. It's a promising start from the Wilmington Hammerheads in the second half. Nice one-touch ball there to Aparicio. Back to Tom Parrott. Plays it out wide. Yahya Musa on the right side. His ball taken away there by Sakiri. And that's played up. That's Zach Boggs going down the left wing for Charlotte. Played back into the middle. Wells Thompson brings it back once again to Sakiri. Aparicio knocks the ball away from Zakiri. Oh, there's like Tom Parrott going to be called for the foul there. That was number 7, Zach Boggs on the attack for Charlotte going down. He appears to be okay. And looks like Tom Parrott just got a first yellow card of tonight's action. Sakiri plays the ball into the box, headed away by Faircloth. Played up the far sideline, Stephen Miller. There's Nicholson. Played the ball up to Ochoa, but tried to flick it over to Aparicio, but unable to do so.
Well, it's the first time that they have found the feet of Ochoa. Ochoa has to recognize that he's the lone striker up there, and he has gone to flick that ball on. There's no one to flick to. A lot of strikers don't realize or remember what's behind them, and poor decision there by the forward. We've been wanting all night for them to find the feet of the striker, and they finally do, and he doesn't hold the ball. A little bit better job there holding on to it.
Nicholson plays it back. Near side, Andre Campbell. Nicholson to the feet of Stephen Miller, out wide to Musa. Tried to one-touch it down the line back to Miller, but goes out of bounds. See several Hammerheads warming up behind the goal there, so we could be seeing some substitutions here shortly. Here is Wells Thompson for Charlotte on the break. They've got some space over here on the right sideline. Played out number 20, John Leathers. To the far post, but no one on the end of that. It's like Tom Parrott will let that one roll out of bounds for Hammerhead's throw.
Hammerheads are entering the match tonight, Ray, with 4 points, and Charlotte sitting at 3. But Charlotte has played one more game. These Hammerheads have only played 2 games this season, which is the least of the entire league, but sitting mid-pack. So they are undefeated, having a win and a loss and sitting mid-pack, but again, have only played 2 games. So hopefully if they capitalize on some of the games to get caught up, that they'll be close to the top of the table.
Yeah, that will be important to get off to a good start. Let me remind all of you out there to follow USL Pro Soccer at USL Pro on Twitter for all the latest updates on the league action. Yeah, but getting back to your point, Chris, yeah, I saw that 8 out of the next 11 matches the Hammerheads will be playing at home. So that'll be really important for them to get off to this good start. Now, they are 1 win and 1 tie. They are sitting pretty here thus far, but it'll be important to carry on their recent success coming off that win versus Pittsburgh here in the near future.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a concern of Coach Irving that, early on sometimes you don't find your gel or your click or what have you, and it was real important that he thought that these Hammerheads pick up a majority of points in this league. You know, you pretty much have to win your home games and get points in home games because the road is tough. Giving the number that you just gave on the backside, I do believe 9 of the last remaining 15 are on the road. That's a tough haul as the season goes on.
There was Daniel Lovitz knocking the ball out of bounds. An unlucky cameraman taking the brunt of that. Here's Andre Campbell making a nice run through, but dispossessed there. And that's Sakiri back on the ball. He plays it through. Oh, nice touch there. That's Tyrone Hall taken down. No, play on, says the referee. Charlotte still in possession here. Played back again into the box, but no problem for Quillen Roberts. And a real pleasant surprise in these first 2 home games for these Wilmington fans. Has not allowed a goal yet here at Legion Stadium. 19-year-old out of Jamaica on loan from MLS club Toronto. Action going down the right, and that's Stephen Miller. Dispossessed and cleared out. Look for Tyrone Hall again. Oh, a lot of contact there. No call. Faircloth with a nice win. Miller touching it wide. There's Paul Nicholson. Careless touch there. That'll be out of bounds for a Charlotte throw. Ball knocked around in the air there. Finally comes down, but a foul call on Yahya Musa, and it'll be a Charlotte free kick.
A lot of these fouls this evening have been pretty much just kind of grabs and pulls. It's nice to see it hadn't really been too much of dangerous tackles. Jositis has done a good job, I feel, of sorting some of those out. I think in the first half the Hammerheads felt that they got the raw end of the deal on some touchy fouls. But
looking for Paul Nicholson in the box. Goalkeeper Brock Duckworth able to come up with it. Hammerheads definitely applying a little more pressure here early on in the second half than we saw the majority of the first half. A lot of contact there as well. Fans felt that Andre Campbell deserved a foul call there, but it'll be a Charlotte throw.
Again, the defense of the Hammerheads, I feel they've gotten just as many touches or shots against them, and that probably would have been a foul called for the Eagles in that situation. Looks as if we're going to have our first substitution of the game. Zach Boggs is going to be coming off for.
And here he is. Yeah, we mentioned him. We mentioned him before the game.
Is that Herrera coming in?
Yeah, number 10, Jorge Herrera coming in, the leading goal scorer so far this season for Charlotte, albeit with 2. Long ball coming in from the right, looking for Ochoa. Long ball played there from the Eagles, testing Andre Campbell down the right side. Touch back to Wells Thompson at the top of the box. Left-footed shot finds the corner of the net. Wells Thompson found a bit of space at the top of the box. Was able to get it just past the outstretched arms of Hammerhead goalkeeper Quillen Roberts. So Charlotte is on the board, 1-0. Should be interesting to see how the Hammerheads respond here.
Andre Campbell was tied up in that situation. I was trying to see who actually will be credited with the assist there. It might be on this near side, might be David Gino that he got tangled up with. I can't.
Yeah, we've got a substitution for the Hammerheads. Looks like number 10, Cody Arnaud, coming in for Manu Aparicio. Arnaud, a local product, New Hanover High School, went to Wake Forest. He's now found his way by way of the English Premier League and MLS to the Wilmington Hammerheads back in his hometown. He's got a lot of talent. See if he can be a difference maker here, get an equalizer for the Wilmington Hammerheads. Comes the long throw from the far side. Another cross into the far post. Keeper came out. Duckworth came out, tried to punch it out. Hammerheads were able to get a head on it. And they'll have a throw coming from the near side now. Long throw into the middle of the box. Knocked straight up in the air. There's Stephen Miller pressuring there, and it will knock it out of bounds. Hammerheads will maintain possession for a throw. Number 6, Christian Davidson, coming up for another one of his long throws. Lovitz on the near side. Inside, plays at the top of the box. Nice flick there. Stephen Miller goes back to Yahya Musa, plays it up to the top of the box. Knocked down from Ochoa. Captain Tom Parrott looking for a handball. Referee says play on. And they're here on the counter. Oh, they had Tyrone Hall, but he's just a touch offsides. Hammerheads players unhappy with the no call there. They felt there was a handball at the top of the box on that shot from Tom Parrott. We've got another substitution, number 12, Stephen Miller, coming off for the Hammerheads. And number 11, Sonny Jane, will be coming in. Yahya Musa on the ball, plays it across. Careless pass, dispossessed. Oh, well played ball, unable to corral it. The Hammerheads dodge a bullet there. They had numbers. Here's your first look at Cody Arnaud. Plays it back. Sakiri playing it out to the left side. Good looking attack from the Eagles. They've got two in the box, but deflected, and Quillen Roberts able to keep it in.
Ray, revisiting that goal again, we had seen Andre Campbell get tangled up with a Charlotte player, and the ball just happened to trickle to our goal scorer, Wells Thompson, did a good job, but I think the Hammerheads were kind of caught in a thought process that Andre Campbell was going to clear that ball, and it kind of stunned everybody. Certainly a good finish, a bending ball from Wells Thompson, but I think it caught the Hammerheads on a flatness, unmarked in the back. Certainly a mistake.
Charlotte developing another attack here in the midfield. Sakiri out wide. Back to Sakiri in the middle. Long shot deflected down. Come into the hands of Quillen Roberts. So, Chris, you think you'll see now down a goal? Originally in that first half, you saw a lot of Ochoa being up top on his own and trying to get the ball to him and have him control it, have some other guys run off it. But I think now, don't you think you'll see a lot more numbers up front?
Well, we did. We saw the numbers pushed up on that last, that last series of play for the Hammerheads, right when Cody Arnault had come into the game, and that was right when you had made a comment that the Hammerheads dodged a bullet, because certainly they had numbers in the counterattack. So you're either going to live by that or die by that. The key is to be able to balance getting numbers forward and not leaving your backside open the whole rest of the game. But I did feel that it was very early on that the numbers were pressing. And as you said, the Eagles had an opportunity there and could have put a dagger in the Hammerheads right then.
Ball knocked out of bounds there off of Ochoa. Charlotte throw. Charlotte again on the counter. Played down the right side. That's David Gino, but he's unable to keep it in play. It'll be Hammerhead's throw here on the near side of the field. 64th minute here, Legion Stadium. Charlotte Eagles leading 1-0 over the home team, Wilmington Hammerheads. Looks like we might have another Hammerhead. Ball played near side. Another opportunity for Charlotte. Oh. Here is the aforementioned substitution. That's Andre Campbell coming off from his left back position.
Drew Ruggles is going to be the substitution here into the number 16 jersey for the Hammerheads, taking
Thanks for
a
the
spot.
clarification there, Chris. And Ochoa up top looked like he had some space, but nice job knocking that ball away from the Charlotte defense.
I haven't seen Ruggles yet, but you almost wonder in a situation that I don't think Andre Campbell was struggling, so at some point you might see Ruggles get forward to be more of those numbers you were talking about.
Charlotte getting forward again. That's Gillespie Gentile just on the field for Charlotte, getting forward. There's Sakiri up top of the box. Looks like Quillen Roberts will be able to take care of that.
Yeah, Paul Nicholson took a knock on that last series of play. He's down there in front of the referee. I think he gets a little bit of a nod from him that he's going to be okay.
And Nicholson been very active in the Hammerhead midfield today. There's Ruggles, the recent substitution, play a long ball to the right side. Fellow substitute, Sonny Jane. A left-footed shot. There's Tom Parrott to Nicholson. Appears to have recovered from the injury.
Another substitution here.
You guys ready for Nike? Looks like we got another substitution here from the Hammerheads. It'll be Yahya Musa coming off. And Michael Calderon coming on. The Hammerheads making a lot of adjustments here in the second half, trying to switch things up, get some numbers forward, try to get this equalizer. Long throw into the box. Headed down. There's Sonny Jane with it. Plays it back to Ruggles. Hammerheads back in control here. It's Sonny Jane with it outside on the right, making a nice break into the box. And there's Lovitz with the header. Nice save. Nice save from Duckworth.
You see a great run by Sonny Jane along that baseline. You did a great job of cutting that back, but really you want to see him put that ball on a more of the floor for the attacker in that same situation. That's a sure goal. Lovitz had to use his head there, and it didn't be as, quite come off quite as well as it would have been if it had been on the ground there. But a perfect ball there, just needs to be a little bit lower and on the ground.
Ruggles heading the deflected cross out of the box for the Hammerheads. Here's Lovitz coming down the left to Arnaud. Arnaud taking it backwards, almost dispossessed, but it'll go out of bounds for a Hammerheads throw. Recent substitute, number 18, Michael Calderon in possession. Up to Nicholson. Out wide to Ruggles. Long ball up top to Arnaud. Long ball down the right side, but Quillen Roberts able to come up with the save in the threat. Battle for possession in the midfield. There's Securi with it. Plays it up top to Giuseppe Gentile. About 20 minutes remaining here from Legion Stadium. Charlotte still leading the Wilmington Hammerheads 1-0. Oh, could be a break here for the Hammerheads. There's Sonny Jane coming down the right. Ochoa goes back now to the far right sideline. There's Tom Parrott. Back to Nicholson in the middle. See if he can't find someone in the box. He's looking for Ochoa. The ball headed away. That'll go out of bounds for a Hammerheads throw, far side. Hammerheads threatening once again, trying desperately to get this equalizer. There's Calderon with the long shot headed down. Sonny Jane with it on his left foot up top, just over the bar. Good look. While we have a break in the action, let me remind you all out there that Nike is the proud sponsor of USL Pro. Please follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information and updates. Back here, goal kick for Brock Duckworth, goalkeeper for the Charlotte Eagles. Up 1-0 here in the 72nd minute. Fans here at Legion Stadium giving their birthday wishes to one of the former owners of the Hammerheads, Bill Rudisell. There's Cody Arnaud down the right side. There's Giuseppe Gentile with it on the far side. And dispossessed there by Sonny Jane, knocked down. There will be a foul call there. Sonny Jane was be a Hammerhead free kick, far side of the field, just inside Charlotte's end.
Hammerheads push numbers forward here, Ray. Certainly not a panic button push yet, but certainly an opportunity that they need to get something on the board and find the equalizer for this game.
Yeah, really only maybe 17, 18 minutes left here. Ball knocked back to Ruggles. Ruggles plays a long ball to the far side of the field looking for Sonny Jane, but it'll go out of bounds. Charlotte unscathed from the attack, and they'll have a goal kick. Hammerheads come up with it, knock it all the way back to goalkeeper Quillen Roberts. Plays it up. There's Paul Nicholson able to win the header. That's up to Ochoa. Ochoa touches it back to Calderon. Now Arnaud with it, but he's dispossessed. Arnaud back with it. Out to Tom Perry, who plays it wide to Sonny Jane on the far right sideline. There's Arnaud back in the middle to Ochoa. Down the far sideline to Sonny Jane, kept it in. Here's Calderon in the middle of the field. You really see Charlotte packing it in back there in the box, trying to give the Hammerheads no space to operate. It's Calderon back on the attack to Ruggles. Nice 1-2. Calderon down the left, and it'll just roll out of bounds across the inline harmlessly for a Charlotte Eagles goal kick here in the 75th minute. Time winding down. Hammerheads slowly running out of time to try to find this equalizer. Sonny Jane able to bring that goal kick down. Played all the way back to a Shawnee Faircloth. And out of bounds for a Hammerheads throw on the far side of the field. Sonny Jane in a dangerous spot. Into the middle to Ochoa. A miss hit the shot, but he's back on it. And Charlotte clears it away on the counter. Plays it over the top. That's Giuseppe Gentile. Oh, nice touch in. Knocked away. Charlotte in possession here. Sakiri all the way out wide, left side. Taking their time, developing the attack with the 1-goal lead. Not in any hurry, knocking it back to Sakiri. And they'll come far sideline, John Leathers. Back into the middle to Wells Thompson. There's Sakiri, top of the box. Can he find someone? Chipped it over the top, and it looks like the offside flag goes up. The free kick, Hammerheads. Daniel Lovitz plays it up top. Nice dummy by Arnaud to Ochoa. Cleared away. Be a Hammerheads throw here on the near side of the field. Daniel Lovitz making way for Drew Ruggles on the throw. It's like Ruggles will try to get another long throw into the box. Headed straight up in the air, now knocked out of bounds on the far sideline. Throw taken short. Tom Parrott with it. Sizes up across. Can someone get on the end of that? Faircloth. But corralled by Brock Duckworth. He'll take his time as lets the Eagles push out a little bit. Use a few more precious seconds off the game clock. Brock Duckworth, kind of a duck hook on that punt that'll go out of bounds on the far sideline for a Hammerhead throw. Call to run, dispossessed in the midfield. Charlotte back on top. Looking for Gentile, but it looks like offside flag was up regardless. But there's Nicholson in the middle, finds Sonny Jane. And Charlotte again dropping a lot of numbers back. Quick free kick taken there. Just Ochoa and Arnaud just could not connect. Now a long ball there from Security looking for Gentile. I'd like to remind you all that every USL Pro regular season and playoff game will stream live on YouTube in 2014. Features include DVR, chat, and social media interactivity. Subscribe for free to the Wilmington Hammerheads YouTube channel today. Ball played far side, Charlotte back with it. Security over it in the midfield. Looking for Wells Thompson, the game's lone goal scorer. Now he's looking for Leathers down the right side to the top of the box. Play on, says the referee here. The chance to counter here. Sonny Jane with it. They've got some numbers. Got to look for Lovitz here on this far sideline. He found him. Lovitz with the left foot. Oh, and what a save from Duckworth. An almost impossible angle we saw there, Chris. Duckworth just touches it just wide. Unbelievable effort there by Lovitz.
Well, I tell you, Lovett's first touch has taken him outside of the framework, and really any opportunity, just was able to get a great shot off. It looked as if it was certainly headed to the side panel of the netting, and Duckworth does a great job to get just a fingertip on that one. What a great save by the young man.
So some life from the Hammerheads crowd. Corner kick into the box.
Actually, Duckworth, as we had said earlier, Ray, that from UNC Wilmington, played his college years there. Played a year or two here with the Wilmington Hammerheads before moving on, and again, a equalizing save there on that one.
Yeah, just able to get his fingertips on it and keep Charlotte ahead 1-0. Hammerheads fans trying to will their team get this equalizing goal. 82nd minute here, maybe 10 minutes remaining in tonight's games.
We're going to have another substitution here. Darren Toby's going to be coming off. He's going to be replaced, do believe, by number 6, Chase Wickham. So we'll see where Wickham is going to be placed in this to either hold down the fort or just relieve somebody to keep what they've been doing.
Yeah, it looks like you would assume taking off another Toby, a midfielder, maybe bringing a more defensive-minded guy in Wickham. Now on the counter, here are the Eagles. Looking to put it away, still on it, in the box. Oh, Hammerheads just dodged a bullet there. As number 14, David Gino, couldn't get on the end of that pass. Charlotte's still in possession, however. Looks like Charlotte would like a substitution of their own. Well, as if they might wait. It's a nice job by Ochoa knocking it down. Arnaud just hasn't had a great touch thus far tonight. Loses it once again. That should be out for a Charlotte throw. Nice back heel there down the right sideline. Looks like 14, David Gino on top of it. Trying to just hold the ball in the corner, waste a little bit of time, but Hammerhead's able to come up with it. Here's Sonny Jane for the Hammerheads, looking to find some space, goes out wide to Tom Parrott. Back to Jane. He plays the ball toward the far post, and Lovett's unable to get onto the end of that, and it'll go out of bounds for a Charlotte goal kick. Here comes another Hammerhead substitution. I have number 4, Shawnee Faircloth, coming off. You see him, Hammerhead's bringing off the majority of the defensive-minded players, bringing in some attackers with only 6-7 minutes remaining in this game. It's number 13, Brian Ackley, that comes in. Calderon fouled by 28, Giuseppe Gentile. Calderon stays down.
Yeah.
86th minute here. Charlotte goal kick. Brock Duckworth imploring his players to get on the end of this and try to keep possession, run out the rest of this time. Hammerhead's able to come down with it. Sonny Jane there. Plays it backwards, but to the feet of a Charlotte Eagle. There's Sakiri with possession in the midfield for Charlotte. Calderon to Nicholson. Fouled by Wells Thompson. The Hammerheads will have a free kick here. Try to get some numbers up into the box, see if they can't get someone onto the end of this. Trying desperately still for this equalizing goal. It's down 1-0, 87th minute. Time running out. No problem for Duckworth there. Ball skips up. Calderon looking for Arnaud, but he was just offsides. The Linesman on the far side on top of that call. Security with it, plays it out wide. There's Ochoa able to get onto the end of that for the Hammerheads, and now nice ball out to Lovitz on the left wing. Go out of bounds harmlessly for another Charlotte goal kick. Just a few minutes remaining. Well, we're going to see another Charlotte substitution. Drew Yates coming on for the Charlotte Eagles.
Probably just a minute or two to be added onto this one, actually, Ray. Again, that's a late substitution by Coach Steffens to probably try to put a lid on this one and get some points here away on the road.
Oh, and a deflection, but a great job by Quillen Roberts staying with it. Gentile on the shot. Roberts knocks it just wide. It'll be a Charlotte goal or corner kick, pardon me, and I'm sure we'll see them take their sweet time down here. It's the last couple of minutes remaining here at Legion Stadium. Haven't seen the fourth official say how much time will be added.
4 minutes looks as this is going to be on the board. I don't see where that's coming from. But
that is a little surprising. I guess that one goal maybe. But
I guess with the goal, all the substitutions, and a few of the injury stops, I mean, certainly maybe 2 minutes or so. But maybe our center referee, Joe Zaitis, wants to see a little bit more for these soccer fans and the YouTube Live fans in the USL Pro tonight, Ray.
Yeah, so got about approximately 4 more minutes of injury time for the Hammerheads, looking for that equalizer. Charlotte with possession right this second. Looks like that'll be a foul on Charlotte. Drew Ruggles fouled. Trying to get some numbers forward. Long ball, Ochoa on the end of it. Arnaud. That'll be knocked out of bounds. We'll have a Hammerheads throw here near sideline, deep in Charlotte territory. Only 1 or 2 more opportunities left for the Hammerheads. Long throw into the box.
I forgot.
Coming back on, you ready? There's Ruggles with it for the Hammerheads. Plays it far right side to Tom Parrott. Back into Calderon. Calderon dispossessed. There's Nichols with a nice sliding challenge for the Hammerheads, but he's unable to hold on to it. Long ball down the right side. This is Giuseppe Gentile. Plays it across. He's got a man there. Brings it down. Plays it. And Charlotte wraps it up with the second goal.
I tell you what, very unselfish play there by Herrera to lock this one up for Charlotte.
Yeah, there he had a chance to finish it himself, but just draws Quillen Roberts out, drops it off for his teammate with a wide open net, and that'll do it here from Legion Stadium. Fans starting to file out here. We'll hear that final whistle from the referee here momentarily. Really disappointing ending here. Second home game of the season for the Hammerheads. Ben Noonan on the goal there for the Eagles. Now Duckworth is holding the ball at his feet, letting the remaining seconds tick away. So it looks like Wilmington Hammerheads will drop to 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 tie in this 2014 USL Pro season. Charlotte Eagles getting back to 500 at 2 wins and 2 losses with tonight's victory.
Really a game-saving save by Duckworth in goal. That was easily going to take this game to 1-1. He did a great job to keep that one, and certainly a game-saving save.
Chris, you think the keys to the game were just Charlotte able to capitalize on a couple of their opportunities and the Hammerheads just not being able to, or were there something more defining that you saw within the run of play that led to this victory for Charlotte?
Well, in my opinion, I think the best soccer came between the lines of 18 to 18. You know, there wasn't that much stuff dangerous in the boxes, both ends, and Charlotte did capitalize on a first mistake of, again, a sure clearance by the Hammerheads. Andre Campbell got tangled up, didn't clear the ball. Charlotte capitalized. The second goal, again, I think numbers were pushed forward and was a great display of unselfish play. A 1, a 2, and a 3 across the 18 for a finish to put it out of reach. So it's a funny game. You know, that goal goes in, that Lovitz takes a shot on. It's a different game.
And that's it. Full 90 minutes. Your final score, Charlotte Eagles 2, Wilmington Hammerheads 0. That'll just about do it for us here at Legion Stadium. Wilmington Hammerheads go down. I'd like to thank our production team, broadcast partners, sponsors. Once again, final score here from Legion Stadium, Charlotte Eagles 2, Wilmington Hammerheads 0. For Chris Liebert, I'm Ray Stone. Thank you all for joining us on YouTube. Please join us next time for the Wilmington Hammerheads on USL Pro Soccer on YouTube. Good night.